Yeah, man. I mean, this situation is absolutely nuts. Let's just get right into it. If you haven't been living under a rock, you know the Raja situation. So let's dive deeper into, you know, why this guy was a ticking time bomb and decided to literally almost kill a man on camera, which I don't condone at all because at the end of the day, if he really had a problem with him smashing the cane on his head, he could have just, I don't know, handled it right there. But he wanted to sneak this guy, act like he was playing, playing a part in the WWE BS, slam the dude, and then punch him 1,000 times. So let's get into it.
You don't need to worry about him. You need to be worried about Psycho Stu.
Psycho Stu?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little.
See, if he had a problem, he should have handled it right then and there. Right then and there. He shouldn't have waited to, he apologized, shook his hands. I mean, he accepted the dude's apology. They shook hands, all that stuff. They were cool. And then he premeditated this. I mean, there's no way that he's not going to be facing some type of time for this because it was a bitch move. And, come on, man.
Let's go.
You ain't gonna do shit with me, bro.
Let's go,
you can't do shit with me. You can't with me, bro.
Okay, let's go.
You can't with me.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Just when you thought live streamers couldn't get any worse, Raja Jackson just shocked the entire world by doing one of the stupidest things imaginable. If we needed more evidence that kick streamers are a cancer on society, surely this is it. Just last week, we saw a French streamer bullied, harassed, and tortured in the hours leading up to his tragic death live on camera, only for French authorities to clear his so-called friends of any wrongdoing. But this one's different. Rampage Jackson's son, Raja, basically handed prosecutors an open and shut case, and I honestly don't understand what's taking police so long to arrest and charge him. He's just won the award for the most unhinged meltdown we've seen in a while, and the LAPD are taking their sweet-ass time doing their investigation into what exactly happened. By now, I'm sure most of you have seen the moment he brutally assaulted professional wrestler Psycho Stu, but the lead up to the incident is littered with glaringly obvious clues as to how this escalated from a pro wrestling gag into a situation where a veteran was fighting for his life in the ICU. Thankfully, he's responsive now and in a stable but critical condition. I seriously don't understand how Psycho Stu is still alive after copying over 20 punches while completely unconscious. This could have easily been a full-blown murder investigation. But I've been going over all the footage, rewatching all the key moments that led to this, and I've got a few questions. There are so many layers in this whole situation, and I want to give you guys the full context. We all obviously know his dad, former UFC light heavyweight champion Rampage Jackson, who currently streams as well, and when I saw this whole situation unfolding over the last couple of days, I immediately thought of a clip I saw recently of Rampage and his son getting confronted by a couple of Mexican gangbangers at a fair while they were streaming. This was the first time I realized that Raja had a darkness inside him, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I knew something like this was eventually going to happen or anything like that. It just made me think that he's going through some stuff upstairs that he probably needs to deal with.
No.
I'm not gangbanging, that's my crew. Oh, okay. What y'all do? I be streaming. I can get up in there. Daily vlog?
Huh? Yeah, daily vlog. Daily vlog. Be smart, young buck. Be smart.
There's a chaos in those eyes that a bunch of people in the comments noticed as well. Little did we know how serious that chaos was, sitting there lurking beneath the surface.
Nah, for real, he was. I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, his dad's probably, clowning him his whole life. He has to live in his dad's shadow, bro, because his dad's fucking Rampage Jackson or whatnot. Internet's kind of clowning him and all that stuff. So, I mean, like, as cliche and as many times you heard it, like, people are just putting that battery in his back, and he's been waiting. He's been waiting for the moment to prove to everyone, himself, his dad, all that stuff, that he's not a bitch and he's not to be played with. So, I'm not condoning it, but I kind of understand. But at the end of the day, he's 25 years old, and the fact that he couldn't control his emotions and he literally just blacked out Dude was already unconscious when he slammed him on the ground. And then he proceeds to hit him. But honestly, the worst part is that why did it take so long for someone to stop him from doing this shit? Why were they just looking and scared and shit? I'd be like, if I really cared about Psycho Stu, I'd be like, fuck this guy. I would have just curb stomped his ass right then and there while he was. I would have hit his ass in the back of the head, bro, for real. Because like, if you really want this to like, because what he did was so wrong, bro. That was so wrong, bro. So wrong.
Waiting to rear its ugly head. It's always the quiet ones you've got to watch out for, right? And there are a couple of theories floating around as to why Raja ended up going into a frenzied assault on Psycho Stu in the ring. One that keeps coming up is the tension between Raja and his dad, which I definitely think played a part in the lead up to the incident. And I want to be real clear about this up front. All the stuff I'm about to show you guys is in no way an excuse or a justification for what he did. I've seen a lot of videos over the last couple of days blaming Rampage Jackson for his son's actions, and I definitely do not agree with that.
100%. He's 25 years old, bro. He's a fully grown adult, bro. Even if he was 18, still, he's an adult. He's 7 years into adulthood. There's no excuse for this nonsense. Crazy.
Raja's a 25-year-old grown man who is in complete control of his own mind and body. But you can't ignore the influence his father has over him and how toxic their relationship is. I definitely think that was a major factor in contributing to his psychotic state of mind that night.
Why is he vegan? My son's a vegan because he's a... Huh? You heard that?
That's making you look bad. You trying to degrade and downplay your own kid.
Man, f*** you. As my genetic makeup, he loved animals, but he don't do it for the animals. He said he want to be a vegan because he looked like a gorilla, and gorillas are vegan. Hey, you don't look like a gorilla. You smell like one, so I understand why you was trying to be a vegan. We already got in a fight once.
Oh, really?
2 years ago?
Yeah.
He sucker punched me.
Well, I saw the slap.
How'd that go
Was
for you?
that?
And what'd you do? Did you slam him on his head?
Oh, yeah, that motherfucker went to the hospital that day.
Yeah.
I felt bad about kicking his ass that day, and to this day, he's the only person I ever guillotined.
Oh my god!
I never get guillotined on nobody. I didn't want to keep punching him, so I guillotined him.
All right, so yeah, this is where this shit's starting to go south. And like, I mean, first of all, my question is what the hell did you have to say, Rampage, for your son to sucker punch you? So I mean, it's probably a whole lot of back and forth and a lot of. In this case, there's actually a good time to say the word and term. You know, because a lot of chicks use this shit in fucking properly, and they don't use it in the right settings, but toxic masculinity, I mean, in this case, it looks like looks like that could be there, and it's causing this guy to... Whatever, he had to say something to get him to fucking punch him in the fucking face. A grown-ass man, first of all, not only one, is he your dad... But two, he's Rampage Jackson. So what the hell did you have to say to have your son hit you in the face is you being Rampage Jackson? That is the question.
Out.
Oh, you put him to sleep?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not gonna want me to tell what that fight was over.
It was embarrassing for him?
Yeah.
Something stupid?
I ain't want him to talk about it.
Why?
Because
you happen. It happened.
Yeah, I know.
Still, right now, you 25 motherfucking years old. So don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Well, you think you can take me, don't you?
Yeah, I can take.
Son, I don't give a fuck how old you get. I've been doing it for 25 years, as long as you've been alive. You ain't gonna never be able to take me.
Damn, alright. You definitely got Rampage genes.
Obviously, most of this is put on for the camera. If you've seen Rampage's MMA interviews, you know he's a massive fucking troll who loves to get under people's skin. He fishes for awkward moments, and he's even been accused of harassment and misconduct in several interviews with female hosts and presenters. For us, it's entertaining. Alright, maybe not all the harassment stuff, but his confrontational and unpredictable personality makes for compelling viewing, except it's probably not for his son Raja. Rampage constantly puts him down, bullies him, reminds him that he's inferior, and it's clearly taken its toll on Raja's mental health. It also doesn't help that he lost his mother at a young age, and his father has 5 kids from 3 different women.
Damn.
Oh, it's hard growing up without them all.
Alright. Mom's gone. Rest in peace, Mama Dukes. Dad's an asshole. Has to live in his dad's shadow. And then combine that all with the fame that comes from being his son. And the fame that comes from this guy being on live streams and all that shit. And his dad even does the live streams and shit too. So like, things are starting to add up and the potion is mixing up where this is starting to make sense as to why such an atrocity could happen. Let's see how the story continues to unfold.
Such a young age. May God bless your mom's soul and keep your amazing father.
Hey, yeah, I appreciate that, man. You know, maybe one day I'll open up more about it. You know, that's part of the reason why I don't like, cameras. I just like being alone, honestly, because of that. You know, I grew up with her a little bit. It was rough when I was a kid because I barely saw her. You know, she's in heaven now. It sucks how she passed and everything, but I know she's in a better place. And to anybody else that's going through the same thing or, younger, my condolences and God bless.
I dated 5 women to see who I was going to marry to help me with my kids. And a Japanese woman won. I'm not living in Japan. I'm just going there to fight. Yeah. But I met her in Japan. I met her after I did that K1, my first K1 fight. They gave me the big ass trophy. And she was a girl at the airport checking you in. And I got her email. Took her 6 months to go on a date with me. I was fighting Vanderlei and I was beating him. Then I got knocked out. And she was like, oh, he was almost champion. She said, I bet you if you didn't have to be a single dad and you had help, you can be champion. She said, I'm gonna move to America to help you be champion. So I married her because her ass got pregnant.
Okay, well, where are you now?
I'm divorced. $500,000 down.
So the whole situation with his dad and all his siblings, plus not having a relationship with his mother, can't be good for him. And like I said, I'm not trying to be an armchair psychologist or make excuses for him. I think this guy belongs in prison. I mean, clearly he's a menace to society who can't process his thoughts properly and deal with his own shit like the rest of us do. But not having a mother figure in your life and having a father that keeps saying you'll end up in prison isn't exactly healthy for anyone to grow up
At
with.
all.
I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my 2 Japanese kids, I knew that it was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the 2 Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So
That's wild, bro.
don't f him.
That's crazy work, bro.
If you go to jail, I'm just going to bail him out.
Saying that shit on a stream
That's
about your kids is
crazy work,
crazy.
bro.
Not to mention how eerie that sounds now after everything that went down this week. But I'll come back to Rampage and how he made a bad situation even worse in a moment, because I want to get into a few of the key moments from the actual night of the incident and how they all contributed to Raj's unstable state of mind, which ultimately led him to brutally assault Psycho Stu. When Raja rocked up to that venue, the wrestlers were out the back having a barbecue. He goes around shaking hands, meeting some of his favorite wrestlers, and because he's streaming everything, the camera's there. Stu thinks that Raj is part of the crew and decides to set up a beef and play to the camera. I actually think this was kinda cool. Everyone's having a laugh and shaking hands, and fucking Stu steps up behind Raja and starts giving it to him. At this point though, it quickly becomes obvious that none of this was planned. Raja has no idea what's going on and gets all up in his feelings over it.
See, if he had a problem, bro, he really should have did shit right there. If he did shit right there, heat of the moment, kind of a passion, all that stuff, I guarantee his charges would be a lot less than what maybe not too much, but it'd be more justified by the public, and it's like a heat of a moment kind of charge, so I'm sure it wouldn't be as severe. So if he really wanted to do some shit, he should have did it right there, face to face, man to man, just like how they're standing right there, instead of going like, it's messed up, man. He did some snake shit. It's not right. It ain't right.
Worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the f was that?
You're good.
What was that?
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a worker, bro.
What the f was that? Hold on. I don't play that.
Oh, sorry.
No, I will
No, we're good.
bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will
Sorry.
him up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that.
Sorry about that. Apologize for that, man. Fix that. You hear me?
Yeah.
Straight away, a couple of the guys step in and separate them. You can hear them telling off Stu for not realizing Raja's not part of the crew. That's the part that seems kind of fishy to me. I feel like maybe they were all in on this and they were playing it up for the camera, especially how straight away they're telling Raja that they can fix that. They're already scheming to set up something on stage later on and get him involved. The problem is though, and I'm going to get into this in more detail in a moment, Raja's not a professional wrestler. That's the thing I think a lot of people are missing in this whole situation. He's a trained MMA fighter with a loss in his only professional fight. All these guys out the back are trained wrestlers. They're not proper fighters like Raja is. And so they think they're just playing around and offering him an opportunity later on to get Stu back for disrespecting him. This, in my opinion, was a massive mistake.
100%. Hold that up.
Khalil rampage. That's how we
No.
And then there's the second time he tried to apologize.
Yo, he's already hot, bro. Good. Trying to apologize and stuff. Yeah, you think it's part of the, you know. We just don't want no problem. You know, if we are apologizing, we're sorry for what happened.
I appreciate that.
That's some real shit. Let me drop mine on real quick. I get the sweat, but that's some real shit.
Oh, you good.
Apologies. I understand where you're coming from. I'm a little hot right now, so let's go ahead.
You know what's
chill.
a good thing about this? Now I can make it something. Because I'm going to have you run in and up in the mat.
You know
you ready for that?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come to the president.
If you can do that for me, I'll be cool.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
So wait, you tell me you tell me this nigga's only professional fight. He's like, so he's 0-1. Let me look this shit up. This nigga's 0-1. Raja MMA record. Yeah, he's 0-1-0. Oh my god, bro. And then he's talking about let me, I can set it up where you can go back in the ring. You can go in the ring and fuck. Like, come on, dude. Sorry for this shit, bro. Let's skip ahead a little bit though. He's sorry as hell for this. Are you for real? What the fuck?
Your match.
Meanwhile, Raja's dad has been watching his stream while streaming himself. Yeah, this whole streaming shit is fucking weird. And so he decides to call up his son to G him up about the whole situation that unfolded at the back when he initially rocked up, further contributing to Raja's deteriorating state of mind.
Hey,
yo.
Did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights?
You said what?
Did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights?
No.
Why didn't you tell me?
No.
You got a problem. Do I need to send my goons over there?
No.
This is crazy. I thought we were a family,
Did your coach take care of everything?
I apologize. So let me put y'all in the right direction.
I looked at your stream because my chat was going crazy, and then I by the time I popped in your stream, you was hugging on a dude in some damn tights.
Man,
Man, you said I looked at your stream, you were hugging on some dude in some booty shorts.
Yeah, their relationship's a little too casual, bro. Like they a little too cool, like that. Like, you know, like it's not really like a hierarchy, like, you know, father son. It's more like, you know, friend to friend. It's a little bit strange. It's a strange dynamic. Not gonna lie, it's very strange, and yeah, I could see why this kid maybe, you know, pretty fucked up in the head. So let's continue.
I saw you hugging on your coach. Man. No, I don't got no sexual fantasy. I got some eyeballs. I saw you making. I ain't make nothing up. Okay, was you not around a bunch of dudes with some damn
pro wrestling show.
Oh, you're the pro wrestling show.
He wants to be mama right here. That's my.
I thought you was at a baby award show.
Oh my gosh, bro! This nigga's he's putting you got literally this guy on a live stream with the chat putting a battery pack in him, and then you got this guy on another live stream with the chat. Like, this was just a culmination. This is just how a tornado just starts, a hurricane. I don't know, it's just a perfect ingredients. Presto, 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 presto. And it starts brewing.
You never know. Y'all keep playing with me and I'll go back and take it. So get over there.
Now y'all got my son mad at me. Are y'all happy now?
He straight up dissed me.
At this point, Raja honestly just looks confused. He's just had all the wrestlers apologizing to him, telling him that Stu was out of line and he'd better step up when they give him the nod to jump in the ring. And now his dad's calling him up, giving him shit for getting owned by a bunch of oiled up dudes in booty shorts. Now Raja realizes people are starting to talk in his dad's chat. But then his own chat starts calling him out for not standing up for himself. This, in my opinion, is what tips him over the edge. He's already committed to getting revenge in the ring, but now he's making promises about what he's actually gonna do.
I'm shutting this shit down, chat. This dude. I ain't gonna hurt him too bad, though. He was drunk. He was pretty drunk, I think. You think I'm capping? Cairo, you think I'm capping? I'm not capping. Straight up. Oh, you think he's stronger than me? Stevens, you think he's stronger than me? I'm not playing.
Yeah, this is where the immaturity level is fucking super low, bro. Like, this guy's a fucking idiot. This guy's an idiot. He has people who he does not know, never met in their life, literally don't even see their face, just fucking words with the username, putting a battery pack on this guy, to fucking literally attempt murder. You can't make this shit up. He is 25 years old. Old enough to realize this is the dumbest shit ever. Like, if you really listen to these guys, and the thing is, he didn't win. He feels like he lost epically. The people who won were the people who egged him on to get to do it. He lost terribly.
Straight up, for real. I'm not playing no games, bro. I'm not playing no games. I'm dead serious. It's not gonna be scripted. I'm telling you. Tony, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, Tony. Watch what I'm about to do. Ain't no script, bro. It's not gonna be scripted. I'm telling you that right now. I promise you. But I will tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pull me off of him will leave. I'm telling you. I'm gonna hit him as many times as I can.
Okay, so this is why I think his own chat were the ones who pushed him over the edge. As you just saw in the beginning of that clip, he's saying he's going to take care of it, but he's not going to hurt him too bad because he thought Stu was drunk and just made an honest mistake. But over the course of the next 30 to 40 minutes, you can see how his tone changes. He's responding to the chat, they're calling him out for lying and egging him on to do some real damage, and by the end he literally says, I'm going to hit him as many times as I can, watch. This is the part I don't get. In the beginning of the video, I said I don't understand why the LAPD haven't arrested him yet. Think about it. All they had to do is confirm with the wrestling company that the assault wasn't staged. That should take all of like 5 minutes. Then it would have taken a couple of hours at most to go through the live stream like I did and find those clips of him literally explaining what he planned to do once he got in there. He says, I'm going to wait for someone to pull me off. I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. And then take a wild fucking guess what he does as soon as he gets the go-ahead to jump in the ring. This is the definition of premeditated.
Oh shit. Nah, he fucked him up. Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to watch, even
ground.
with the black box censoring the hits after he slams him into the canvas, knocking him out cold. There is such a clear line of events leading up to the assault that I think it's almost impossible to justify what he did in any way. Maybe the authorities are trying to figure out what to charge him with exactly, so that could be a reason for the delay. They're probably trying to determine if there are grounds to charge him with attempted murder. The tricky thing with that is they'll need to show they have evidence that he intended to kill stew. And trust me, I get it. To me, that looks like attempted murder. I mean, any reasonable person would assume that punching someone that many times while they're clearly out cold would lead to their death. So, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see what the charges are, but there's also some controversy about why it took so long for the other guys to pull him off after he started throwing a barrage of punches. I think at first, for a few seconds, it looked like it was all part of the act. And remember, they planned for Raja to enter the ring. He didn't just randomly jump in and start assaulting Stu. However, after the first few punches, it's obvious that Raja's gone off script and he's actually smashing him in the face. Not to mention the brutal takedown that started it all. So I think they should have jumped in earlier. Once they did, though, they did a pretty good job of locking him up and getting him out of there. Maybe it's possible that the organizers of the event, and particularly the guys who told Raja that he could seek revenge and set the whole thing up for him to go in the ring, could also face charges. The thing for me is this, though. Like I said earlier, Raja's not a professional wrestler, he's a semi-professional MMA fighter. What were they thinking sending him into the ring like that to settle the beef? Like, what moves did they think he was going to use? I really don't get that. Hence why I think they could also face charges as well. But in the aftermath, when Raja had left the building and was making his way down the street, still streaming obviously, the truth started spilling out of his mouth.
Tired of motherfuckers playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them little bit me. I'm tired of everybody playing with me and shit. They always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Come on, man. We're leaving, man. We're walking away, bro. Let's not take it serious. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go. Let's go, Roger. Let's go. Roger, let's go. Roger, I'm telling you, let's go. You listen to me. Listen to me, Roger. You need to listen to me right now, Roger.
What the fuck is Joker talking about?
I don't give you guys trying to jump me and shit.
Let's go.
You ain't gonna do shit with me, bro.
Let's go,
you can't do shit with me. You can't with me, bro.
Let's go.
You can't with me.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, you chopper.
I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him. I just saw the video.
Pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the up. He's in the ring and flatline, bro.
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to take it there.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
My bad.
After everything, he's clearly lashing out at his dad and all the people in the chat that were calling him out and saying he's soft and never stands up for himself. And that's the tragic irony of this whole situation. Raja was so desperate to prove something to a chat full of anonymous nobodies and earn the approval of his father, who spent years humiliating him on camera, that he threw away his entire future.
Yeah, that's an interesting and cooked situation, man. So let's see what these comments are talking about. If they hadn't stopped him, I don't think he was going to stop. That's what's scary, like 100%. Dude, like, if there is a definition of blacking out, like, that's what he completely did. He blacked the fuck out. Crazy thing is that the kids egging him on were probably like 13 years old. Real shit. Rampage doesn't know his son. He can't read the room with his son. Raja was a ticking time bomb. I think having Rampage as a dad requires a therapist. Man seems pretty awful. I thought Raja was like 17 from 19, the way he talked and acted. My bad, big bro. You was just slow the whole time. Dude had an extremely promising streaming career, piggybacking off of his father's name, and he just does this for what? To prove he's not soft? Okay, great. You proved it even more now. Crashing out as a 25-year-old man with daddy issues to impress a bunch of 12-year-old kids is pure. Nah, this shit is definitely interesting. From 15 minutes of fame to 15 years in the can. God damn. He needs to go to prison. As a mom who does not watch any of this stuff, I want to make one point. A lot of people have crappy, narcissistic, inappropriate parents, but don't try to kill someone they don't know because of it. Man. Crazy thing is, Rampage went to jail for almost the same thing. A guy hit him with the payphone and he almost beat him to death. Plus, Rampage almost beat his own father to death when he kept teasing him all day. What the fuck? Alright. Oh, man. That's a quick situation, guys. What do you guys think, where do you think Raja's headed? Where do you think this is gonna... end up? How do you think this is going to end up playing out? I'm curious to see what you guys' thoughts are. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay